Alright, hello everyone. Nice to see you guys. I know a few of you are here already. Hopefully everyone's having a good day. Boomer just tipped the dog and he kind of popped his head up instantly. He was pretending to sleep under me. But he is very happy that I'm streaming right now, obviously. Like usual, for Mondays, I'll be platooning tonight. Also, taking some tank requests as well. I'll be going, a little bit past 9. I might be able to go past 9:30 like I thought. But, pretty much I'll be platooning, up until 9 o'clock here. Hello, D-Pan, Grigsby, Carl, Daniel, Graham, Penny. Nice to see a lot of you guys. Alright, I might end up pushing hard like I did the last time I got on this map in this tank. I really hate sitting back on this map. But it could end very badly. Oh, hi. Yeah, sniffing at drawers does not work, dog. Happy birthday, Grigsby. Hopefully, you're having a good day so far. To be out celebrating, even though I'm not sure what time zone you're in. Well, I would be doing the same thing. Not that. Honestly, there's fireworks where I'm at tonight. But it's just like crazy. It's not even worth going to them. I can kind of see them out my window. You might be able to hear them, to be honest, which crapola. They go off around like 9 something. Crap, my team is not even shooting down that way. Granted, we don't really have that many tanks in the center, which is the problem. But yeah, more or less they shut down like 3 streets in front of the. It's like there's beaches along the bay, but you can't even get over there. I used to ride my bike that way, but not gonna do that when it's 100% humidity and 90 degrees out. Ooh, this is probably gonna, hurt. At least he's dead though. It was worth taking that shot. Hopefully though, they're not gonna push. Yeah, crap. How is this tortoise sitting here? Hello, Rich and Bartek. And Craze Missile, nice to see you. Do I have a cursed tank? The T-30 tank destroyer. If it was a T-30 heavy tank, it would not be cursed. I'm not even joking. The tank, I guess, have like the worst luck in it. Hello, Randall. But yeah, more or less, they shoot fireworks off in basically the town I live in, just north of Cape May, and really the place they shoot them off with, it's in the water, but the area right in front of it is just like a bunch of streets with people's homes. It's not really like, a developed area with parking and whatnot. So, it is a pretty cool, it's a cool event because it's pretty much like I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it. It has like a homey feel to it, essentially. I don't know if I'll be able to help him with this guy. Yeah, I tracked him. Unfortunately, he's dead though. So far, a decent amount of damage. Crap, I could've, shoulda, woulda. Hello, nice cuppa. Nice cuppa. And Enars. Hopefully, I pronounced that right. Grigsby, not really. There's a couple, but the word overpowered gets thrown around a lot in the game. There's certainly some newer premium tanks that are released that are a touch too good compared to their peers, especially say like the Patriot compared to the T-32. The T-32 is terrible. So the Patriot being pretty much balanced towards the top end of tier 8 tanks, it pretty much blows it out of the water, and it makes it even more kind of glaring. But I would say some of the recent ones are very good and a little bit too good for premiums, but they're not overpowered. Right, so but at least we got a little win here. Confederate Ward, most amount of damage, and pretty good 5x start. It helps me on my grind a little bit. But we have a Kronwagen match up here. I'm gonna do my best to kind of mesh in, you know, tanks I need to grind as well, because I'd like to like to get done at least the Strive 103 here, and also the WZ132. I'd like to get that grind done, since that's pretty close. It's pretty much done, more or less. It's like 25,000 experience left. Yeah, I hope everyone, at least those in the US, or I don't know if any other, you know, it is the 4th of July, but who knows if other places shoot fireworks off. But yeah, hopefully everyone has, you know, some good times. You never know when they shoot them off. Like around here, they've been shooting them off since basically Saturday night, and it goes all the way until next weekend. Each town has like a different day, more or less. Yeah, and that's why the mouse is going to be getting more or less nerfed. It's pretty much confirmed at this point, which people about the 9.20 kind of like leaks. So far they've kind of given glimpses as far as the Russian tanks, Japanese heavies, the mouse more or less for Germany, but there's going to be more rebalancing than that. Just wargaming's kind of trickling out a little bit of stuff here or there, but 9.20 is basically going to be I guess wargaming's attempt at, with the new graphics, I think they're going to be doing a lot of rebalancing, as evident by these little press leaks that they do, and they're going to try to draw back a lot of people, because people are going to be testing out the new graphics, and, you know, the graphical render and all the maps changing more or less. They're going to be the same, but look different, and little differences that will affect basically the gameplay. So we'll probably see some more changes to it. And I forgot to mention the French mediums are getting changed as well. But I'm just kind of waiting and seeing before I even bother with doing anything on WoT Guru, because, you know, I'm gonna have to basically change most of my guides again, which is a lot of work, especially at this point in World of Tanks lifespan, where, you know, not as many people say look at guides, because a lot of people already know, say, weak spots and, you know, how to play a certain tank. Hello, Lorenzo. Yeah, as I was saying, New Jersey, people shoot fireworks off here, but it's illegal, and the police actually enforce it pretty strictly. Granted, this time of year they do it mainly because we never get rain in the summer now, especially in Cape May County. The rain just dissipates over the Delaware Bay, so people tend to start a lot of fires that way. Like half my yard, granted, it ends up coming back once September hits, but like it's like fried, like half my yard, because we haven't gotten rain for like a couple weeks here. Like it drizzled every now and then, but not enough to actually amount to anything. Oh yeah, Chris Christie on the beach. You gotta love it. It's just kind of funny. You know, the guy basically shuts down the government and then goes to one of the... It's not even that he just went to the beach. He went to one of the state-owned beaches that were shut down because of the government shutdown. And basically, the only state employees that are like working now are state police, of course, because that would be very bad. But they've positioned state police at every single entrance, more or less, of these state-owned beaches and parks and stuff like that. And yeah, he's just allowed to stroll on past. That hurt. I pushed out a little bit too far, of course. I knew I shouldn't have did that. He probably... no, he would have penned me regardless. He shot me on the turret. That's JPZ E100 heat for you there. Just block that, but yeah. Enough people to wash their cars, yeah. That usually does the trick. Kind of hoping this... why are they pushing? Like, just how? Why are you doing that? Like, it literally made no frickin' sense to push like that. I'm just hoping he bounces off of me. Probably isn't, but one can hope. Not really the target that I want to be shooting here, but really at this point, you know, I'm gonna die. Yeah, pretty much they have so many heavy tanks, especially high alpha tanks, that we really needed to win the north, and yeah, our north didn't exactly do a very good job. Well, there's pictures up of it. Basically, it looks like one of the news like agencies or something, or who knows, somebody flew like a not a helicopter, a helicopter. Basically over him and his family and took pictures, and they're all kind of looking up like, oh shit. Anyway, unfortunately, this map, it really, you know, you tend to get stuck in the south, but I was hoping that the north would have won. I could have went up to the north and did something, but it is kind of a lose-lose situation, no matter what we did there. Well, that's pretty much what was happening here, Carl, but nobody likes talking about politics too much. Like, the short version of it was they're trying to basically take money from a state-run insurance agency. Like, I have insurance through them. It's not just for state employees. They're trying to take the excess money from that to use towards the budget, because they can't basically budget properly. New Jersey's known for this, but more or less nobody wants them to do it, and Chris Christie wants, you know, wants to do it, and yeah, I'll leave it at that. All right, so I don't know if I'm gonna push up onto the hill here. I might just push out over here, but it's tough to say because they have a lot of TDs, so it's doubtful I'll be able to push through the town, but I might at least be able to help them not win the town, the enemy team. But I don't think I'm gonna be able to push just because they have a crap ton of TDs that are gonna be sitting back there. I'm the same way. I usually try to stay out of politicky stuff unless it affects me, or anything that annoys me is like unethical stuff that happens. As far as like policies and stuff, like everyone's entitled to their opinion, and the US is so big that one way or another nothing's ever gonna, you know, work for every single person. So I say he pushed a little bit too far out. If he had pushed like along the bottom of that ridge line, he would have been, basically if he put himself there, he would have been fine. I think everywhere, you know, is pretty similar to one another as far as, you know, politics go. The only difference is New Jersey, we get taxed basically. Yeah, we have the highest taxes in the nation. Why so many people have to work to death here. Which the T-54 is going to be getting buffed in 9.20. Yay, it really needed it. Oh lord, I hope that they roll back some changes. Of course, they're just testing it. It's super test, but the T-54 does not need. They're changing both of the top guns around to make them different. So it's kind of like a buff and a nerf at the same time. However, they don't need to give the T-54 added armor. That is definitely not needed. Yeah, I do not like mines at tier 10. Ah, crap! I could have. Could have gotten some damage there, but instead I had HE load it, which comes back to bite me sometimes. Kind of lost. I don't want to get too close to the bushes because then I'll be seen. Crap, they just got Uber there. That's my main problem, but and shoot this building out and fire through it. Low illusions. It's just basically there's no artillery, so this more or less, you know, comes down to both sides just staring at each other and hoping the other one pushes across. It's pretty much what it's coming down to. I hit him too low there. Let's say, like, I can get good shots on them since they keep kind of pulling back. But never mind, they got him out. Which I guess spotted the E100, which is good and bad. A little bit terrified. I'll probably, yeah, see, got a few more requests here. Probably say at this point, any other requests, it's gonna take me a while to get to them. I'll keep typing them down, but Yeah, at this point we're pushing around like 8:30 as far as requests, just so anyone who's requesting things right now knows. It's gonna take me a while to get to them. But whenever you're in a match like this, you know, right now no arty is getting down to the wire. It's better for you basically to just sit still, let the enemy get impatient. Like, we're ahead now. Honestly, could have shots on him. Like, honestly, I'm probably gonna end up pushing up, but might as well get the Conqueror out before doing so. But especially when there's no arty, just pretty much the first side to push usually loses. Unless your side is capable of flanking extremely well, just because the whole enemy team's just sitting there waiting for you to push up, and you get smacked by so much damage that you fall behind, and a lot of people on your team try to pull back and end up dying in the process, so on and so forth. But got a T14 heavy, 4190 and a Type 59. Excuse me. I drank some soda before the stream and I have hiccups now. I lost a little bit of credits because I fired some APCR. Sure thing, John. Invite. Next up we have an Udes request here. Tier 10 on province. See, like, while not all maps are made for every tier, like mine's is too small for tier 10, it's still, to me, fun every now and then to get put on them. Like, province at high tiers did not work at all, but it was still fun. Like, one match, say, out of like 20. Same thing with like the old Dragon's Bridge, and like Port was a really good map. They removed that because they were having trouble reworking the rail lines. It was when they first implemented physics, you couldn't really go over them and you rocked back and forth. It was funky. But like, you know, I love maps, even if they don't always work. Every now and again, you know, it's nice getting on a different map. Alright, that guy is awesome. But say, I've just been... Oops. This is why I have so many people on my blacklist. I typically just blacklist people who are, especially assholes to your team, right out of the bat. You know, usually you lose a match when people start, like, belittling each other in the chat. That's why my blacklist is so large. Go knocking some trees down, but more or less I'm sitting behind these two. Which it looks like 9.19.1 is gonna be hitting for us. Like, it's coming out the 11th apparently in Russia, so that's the earliest, you know, we would get it. More or less likely it'll be another day to 3 days from when NA, EU, Southeast Asia gets 9.19.1. And pretty much once that hits, I would say within maybe 2 or 3 weeks, you should start seeing the test server for 9.20 pop up. It's going to be a pretty quick turnaround between the two patches, it feels like, because that's supposed to release by the end of August, more or less. I don't really have a good position, just because the enemy's not really gonna push. All right, he's gone, so I might as well Get some shots into the center. Don't really. Alright. Just, I don't really know where the hell I want to shoot, to be honest. I just got spotted by the IS-7, of course. Hello, Carpicky, nice to see ya. It's one of those matches where I like this map with this tank, but just not really finding a spot that works for me right now. Go figure. He was in a spot that I could shoot him, but yeah. This isn't going to work out too great, because by the time I'm able to hit any of these guys, they're going to be basically close enough to tear me to shreds. I don't know why our M40 is literally sitting out in the open, but he is. I'm sitting somewhere that's not really good, but at the very least we have enough people to where we should be fine here. It's just I haven't exactly done anything at all. A little hard taking snapshots in this thing, especially at close ranges. Are you sure you want to stay out here? Like, I will gladly kill you, but I have no idea what you're saying. Sorry, I do not speak that language. Not that you probably understand me. Oh, hi, dog. No, you're not getting a treat right now. He's like stretching and trying to look cute over there. Really. At least he does not have a repair kit, and he's turning his turret towards me. Goodbye. What? You're not getting something. No. You're such a beggar. No, I don't have a shot. I'm just gonna push out here. You know, there's 5 tanks left on their team. A little bit risky because I can get one shot. Whoa, no. There we go. I've done that a couple times in this tank. It kind of floats in a way. Luckily, I'm able to hit reverse and kind of fix myself. Problem we're having here is we do not have any. We don't really have any spotters, and again, we're kind of the aggressors here. And with that, we're kind of at a disadvantage. Like, we do have arty, which fortunately for us kind of helps us, but at the same time it only helps us if we, basically spot them and our arty is able to hit their tanks with us not taking any damage. Let's say the C-50's probably not still here. Thank you very much, Rick, for the tip. Hello, Abdel. Nice to see you. I'll give Levi a couple treats here. Hello, Dingo. Are they down there? Their E75 is deciding he needs to push out here. I'm gonna do something somewhat reckless, but hopefully nobody's over here, because it should not be as reckless as you might think. But it all depends on crap. It all depends on them not being over here, which unfortunately someone is somewhere. Yep, it's a grill. At least I got a little bit of spotting. It's some kind of our best scout tank right now. Hoping that with him taking a couple big shots, I'll be able to get over here now. Levi's never in... He never is at risk of starving. We keep him on a pretty strict diet, but at the same time, we tend to give him a little bit more and spoil him. Ooh, crap. Crapola. I'm dead. Well, not dead yet, though. Anybody able to hit him? E75. And he's a goner. Yay. It's just like, whew. I was a little bit worried there for a second. It's still, unfortunately I can't push this thing all the way up to where I need to, but got 5 minutes left. Jersey parks are in the headline news. I'd say my problem is I'd like to be able to get out and work off the ridge, but pretty much anything that touches me, I'm dead. Hello, King Biscuit. I like both Swedish lines. I'm almost on this. Crap, the 58 got Uber. You know, the Kronwagen line, very good at fighting on hills at mid-range, and this line here, pretty damn good at long-range combat. They're both not very good at, you know, fighting close up. Didn't get spotted there. Did now, and the E50M got me. I tried. Unfortunately, he hit the, you know, whatever small sliver of me was out. I would have thought that the PZ4 TD would be the one that got me, but he got lucky and hit like the very small little piece of me. Oh well. Unfortunately, camping, you know, tends to beat out pushing up, but yeah. Alright, so next up's the Strev S1. Got a different crew in this. But I hate matches like that to where I wish we could have capped, but little dog, somebody likes you again. A lot of people who haven't played the game for a very long time what is it? Yeah, Erlingberg there. More or less, initially the map, the spawn locations weren't north and south. They were balanced east to west, and it was extremely campy, like the end of that match there. So basically the problem that you run into sometimes with that map there is an enemy team, basically like what happened to us right there, will more or less just camp that one ridge line, put one person out in the center, and it's not impossible, you know, to break a defense like that, but it's extremely difficult. And that's kind of how the map was initially designed, to where, which yeah, we ended up losing. Both sides kind of have their ridge line, and the one on where they were positioned is a little bit easier to defend on. More or less, you know, both sides have that, and there's 3 bridges in the center and a couple water crossings, and you know, good luck pushing across. That's why they ended up changing and swapping the spawn locations so it played top down. But unfortunately, you know, it's hard to be able to break a defense sitting on the ridge. We could have all just sat on our side and waited for him, but yeah, that's boring. I was about to say, Fussbot is not broken. Working as intended. But yeah, the 704 is a nice tank. Better than the 268. I don't even know why I hit that. Where am I going to want to set up? I wish I was kind of on the other side, but mainly because typically your team doesn't push out from this side, and I'm going to be kind of cramped and stuck back in here. Like our light, the 132, should have just pushed right up the one line, hard as he could. Like if they're, yeah, they have a Lorraine there, but I would have pushed up, supported him, and yeah. At this point, we're just going to be stuck on this side, and guess my best hope, which we are actually pushing. Best hope is to be able to hit a couple people from here, but no, I just hope I don't get artied. I was about to say, it's always a 50-50 chance. Honestly, the only settings in Fussbot for the whole gambling thing is to enable it or disable it, and then put a timer on how often. Doesn't let you mess with anything else, or how much you can gamble too. I'm gonna push too far here, but it does not look like they really have anybody. Oh, why is there 263? Holy crap. That's like as far back as he can possibly get there. I guess our Patriot is no longer playing. Yeah, doesn't look like it. Retire on Levi Biscuits. One could hope. Honestly though, I'm gonna have to go up and help them with this 263. The Pershing drove right around him. The Kronwagen's stuck. Like, this is kind of embarrassing. Thank you, Artie. Thank you. It's just... all they had to do, they had 3 of them, because the 132 could have survived, is just push all 3 at once, 2 go around the side, 1 just, preferably the Kronwagen, just basically push right up in his face. Dead in like 20 seconds. But at least we're winning. I'm just nitpicking here. I'm hoping tomorrow... typically I have off on Tuesdays, but since it's 4th of July, I'll probably end up at work for a bit. That way, you know, nothing terrible happens. But I'm hoping tomorrow I only have to work for like 3-4 hours. Granted, that's 3 or 4 hours in a, you know, 100-degree kitchen. Getting mobbed by people ordering tacos and burgers, but I've noticed there's a lot of, compared to like previous years, as far as what I've noticed, there's a lot of like college people, at least in Cape May, like vacationing. Usually, you know, for 4th of July, it's a lot of families, but I've noticed a lot of, like, you know, say people like 19 to 25, like large groups vacationing together, where you usually don't get that in Cape May. Just strange. Like, you still have families, but this I've been at work getting, I got killed today by freaking like chicken Caesar salads. Like, stuff like that doesn't sound very hard to make, but when you have like 30 to 40 of them to make, that's a different story. So unfortunately I keep hitting the dead tank here. I just don't feel like driving all the way over there, because by the time I get over there and set up, I'm not gonna get any shots. I should have just sat on the base though. Double time and a half, not for me. I'm family, and plus I get paid a salary, so there's no such thing as double time for me. For everybody else there is, though. Hello, Dean. I like the tier 9 one. The Udez essentially is a little bit more accurate and mobile, but the tier 9, you get armor that can bounce a lot of guns, as far as from non-heavy and TD tanks, and at the same time you gain a lot of DPM. They both have their own, you know, own roles, but I would still say I like the tier 9 better than the tier 8. Pretty crappy match, but at least we got a little bit of a win there. So I got the PZ3-4 up next here, then a grind after that. Oh, I work double time for half the wages. Well, yeah, there is that, but what I will inherit? Potentially, we'll see. Like, Cape May, unfortunately Cape May is not going to be around forever. But that just might be my opinion. Don't need to open up that can of worms. The Pancake King of Cape May. that was me yesterday. The amount of friggin' pancakes I made. Ugh. Unfortunately, we have 5 different kinds of pancakes on the menu, as far as like either berries and chocolate chips and stuff, where today I was the Benedict King. Probably made like 50 Benedicts, mainly lobster and crab ones. Fine with me. Most expensive things on the menu, so Hello, Carlos. Nice to see you. I will try my best, Grigsby. That's strange, John. They don't do that. Anyone scouting? Guess I'll bite the bullet. Unless the enemy's over here, you're usually safer pushing up on this side. It's because a lot of the time the enemy's expecting you to pop up this way. Yeah, I would do the exact same thing, because that's pretty shady and illegal. Why did I do that? He's throwing APCR, gold APCR. Like, it's like you can kind of bounce stuff on this occasionally, but not a freaking gold round. Thank you for killing that guy. Like, why? Why is he throwing freaking APCR out? Like, awesome. Don't think there's anybody else. That away. Unfortunately, that T-34 has a, I think, the 57mm on that. Honestly, if you're not getting paid minimum wage and you're working as a chef or a cook, you're best to find a different job. I missed the chance at a shot there. Very nice job. Hello, Ninja Boy. Nice to see you. Our M4 improved. Holding down the fort. What are we even on? I'm actually... Oh. That was what I was afraid about, but I thought he wasn't gonna shoot me. Because I was trying to move a different direction, but... I was gonna go try to kill the T-14, because that would free these guys up, but... It's a chain restaurant? I've never heard of it, but... I know, on EU, you never know what you're gonna come across. He got all three of us. At least we're gonna get a win here. Yeah, If they lose this, then there's something wrong. Well, even though I think our KV1 is stock. Oh lord. The LEFH just killed the Chaffee. What? Oh my god. I can't watch this because we might lose. We shouldn't lose there though. Okay, so get into a grind here, the 132. What tank am I using? Currently the 132, Ninja Boy. That was the PZ34 though. Now Levi's actually trying to sleep here. He kind of had a rough day just because every time he went outside, it's so stinking hot here. He just instantly, he wants to play, but he just started overheating, more or less. Thank you very much for tipping the dog. At least I think that was a tip for the dog. I'm waiting for it to pop up on my screen here. I heard a noise, but yeah. Unless I'm just hearing things now. Hey, look, same map. Yeah. Do I ever play any other hand? Oh god. Yay. This is amazing. Thank you, T49. I'll let people through. Any other game? I do play other games, yes. But not really currently unless there's options to... Like, I can play Dreadnought, World of Warships, World of Warplanes at the end of the stream, if anyone buys that in the chat shop, or chatbot shop, but right now I honestly don't have any time to play any other game. The only time I ever really play tanks is when you guys see me stream as well. Really, I am not liking how our team's set up. We have a ton of people under the bridge. Interesting. I was banking on him not being able to hit me, but go figure. I have played War Thunder. I do not like it. I'm gonna leave it at that. Seems like every stream I have to basically discuss why I don't play other games at times, but I think my official response should be, this is a World of Tanks stream. Yeah. I know, I flipped and I didn't even take any damage. I'm sorry, John, that I kind of ran away from you there. I saw that was going bad. And yeah. Honestly, I don't like, not to keep talking about it, but not to say nobody plays War Thunder, but I honestly, you know, the game population of War Thunder is so small, I'm surprised that I get asked that question as much as I do. Decisions. If my VK would push up, I'd honestly... Crap, I can... do this if this FB is not... Ooh, he's paying attention. Strive S1, but he just missed. Oh lord, that's not good. Hello, Sampita. You have to download the test server. Go on the World of Tanks website, read the instructions. That's something, you know, as far as how to do that, it's laid out on the website. If the test server is not online, you can't play on it. That's really the only indicator, you know, whether or not it's on or not. I believe it. I think the test server is currently down and finished though, because it was up for about a week and a half, 2 weeks, so probably missed your chance there. I didn't even mean to do that. I was not paying attention. Oh well. Honestly, I was just spaced out there. That guy's probably thinking, what the hell did that guy do that for? Honestly, I'm not to say I get a little bit annoyed that I get tons of skirmish invites now. I'm thinking about basically disabling it in the settings, because most people that, you know, are on my friends list, I would assume you guys know I don't do skirmishes. But this is, I don't know if you're watching Wolfman, but it's starting to get fairly annoying. I know, that was some good driving from me. I did a barrel roll and I rammed myself into my teammate. Yeah, 10 out of 10 there. Hello, Yosef. No, there is not Nice Cuppa, unfortunately. Honestly, it's not even that World of Tanks is more popular and it's difficult to go to War Thunder. It's like, yes, there's tank elements in both games, because War Thunder has planes and soon to be ships, but more or less, if you're playing one tank game, obviously you like World of Tanks, especially say someone in my situation. I play this since 2011 and I stream it, make videos, and have a website. So why would I go from that to War Thunder just to spend all the time, money, effort to start in that game? Because free-to-play games, you know, they're very grindy, and War Thunder specifically, wargaming tends to raid your wallet a lot. War Thunder's a little worse than that. Like when I was starting out in the whole tank thing, you know, you kind of had to pay just to be able to beta test it. Like that really rubbed me the wrong way. But really, why am I going to spend all this time and effort to play another tank game, even though it's, you know, it's a bit different? Doesn't make sense to me. I'd rather play a different game that doesn't have tanks in it, if that makes any sense. So, hello, Den. Nice to see you. But yeah, as far as Fussbot, the whole gambling thing, there's no command to check how many times. Honestly, you know, the reason I put a time on it is because if there was no timer, then people would, you know, it's human nature, people would spam it and it would basically fill up the chat, and there's no way for me to weed out commands and not see them on my side. But yeah, more or less it, you know, it's just something to where There's a cooldown on it just so it doesn't turn into a spamming problem. I thought about tying gambling basically to I'd only open it up during certain times. I can do that, where say if I say like ace a tank, or you know, do something, or someone purchases something, gambling will be open for like 5 minutes, something like that. There are options for me to do that, but honestly, you know, it is a fun little thing. It's just I don't want some people to get angry if, you know, you guys lose a lot, because you know, it's 50-50, and if say you gamble like 2,000, something like that, you can lose a lot of hard work as far as the biscuits go. I know it's, you know, kind of like a fun little currency, but it does take a bit to, you know, accrue that amount. Brutus, you're getting timed out because, yeah, please don't spam the chat channel. That's one way to disappear. Bulldog. I think he did not really plan his escape well, but luckily for him, I stopped turning at some point. Oh, hi, hi, other T95. Nice to see you. I think I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna do something different here. Oh, I know. That actually might be a good thing if I tie it to something in the chatbot shop. You'd have to buy something to enable gambling. I wouldn't make it expensive though. Only like 50 million Levi biscuits. We were able to push up pretty quick there. The whole map here is kind of screwed up here as far as them being, you know, behind us, closer to our base, and us being closer to theirs. I just decided to pop on the cap here because it might draw them to me. At the very least, it will keep them away from our arty, hopefully, because they only have a minute to get to me. Might backfire, but I think we'll be fine just because we have a pretty decent leg up over them. But since the T95, even though it got a speed buff, not the fastest tank in the world, I think it's better for me just to go, you know, the cap's closer than me trying to chase down their team, especially trying to push, say, on the T95 head on into him because he was facing my direction. Plus I can just pop Udez's here. Concerned if somebody comes in my little blind spot. Sneaky. Here he is. Ah, Lord. Like, this is kind of where the E50M had hit me a few matches ago. That little sliver. Guy got so lucky. Hello, Delta. Funny, nice cuppa. I don't want to get behind a rock because I'll explain that in a second, but got an invader award. Nice little win, quick win for us too. Who cares that we didn't kill everybody? As long as we got a win, move along to the next match. So we got an IS-7 coming up here. But yeah, good game, guys. You know, we were able to pretty much get ahead pretty quickly there. I don't want to get behind a rock because more or less in a slow TD or TD in general, no turret, you don't want to get close to cover because then you're stuck in a position where they can easily flank you. You want to stay out in the open. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but it makes it harder for people to flank you. Gives you vision. You're able to shoot people. T95 has a lot of armor. I wasn't too afraid of them damaging me, nor did I care because I could have just shot and killed them. That I didn't really care if I capped or not. The goal of that was me turning around to go chase after the enemy. I would have just been pretty much wasting my time. Why not sit on the cap? Bring them to me. How long have I had this channel? I've been making videos since like the end of 2011, early 2012 or so. I haven't been streaming. I've been streaming for about a year and a half as far as on a regular basis. Hello, Robert. Nice to see you. Alright. Not exactly the best best map for an IS-7. I might go out this way. It's just me pushing into the ditch here. More or less puts me beneath a lot of tanks. And IS-7 is not the best brawler either, just because the DPM and the gun isn't all that great. But it puts me beneath some of their tanks, and Artie can hit here pretty easily. So I would be doing myself a disservice pushing up there. But gonna be no easy feat. I don't like going to the north because typically you don't get too much support there, but going south here, it's gonna be hard for me to get past this area, but we'll see. Wait, he pushed over. Wonder if their other bat chat pushed over here. It's very possible. 46 did. Alright. I need to do my teammates a favor here. And hopefully that Scorpion G does not push out in front of me, because I will gladly take shots here. Not by Artie, but unfortunately that's gonna happen here. M46 is, of course, is throwing APCR, which hopefully I can get close enough to him where I can negate that and he tracked me. It's just people that freaking throw M46 with APCR is probably the best tier 9 heavy tank, bar none. The M46 really is balanced by the slightly bad gun accuracy, but the DPM, gun depression, mobility, vision, all of it's top notch outside of the gun penetration and the gun handling. So if you chuck APCR out of it, the thing is just insane in a way. But I still think that was a decent option for me. Did 2400 damage, and if I didn't push down there, we would pretty much have lost the entire south at this point. I'm probably going to get artied, yeah, as evident by that. But more or less just trying to spot some stuff for my team. I could have just hung back and let them spot it, but I was playing a little bit too aggressive there. Yeah, that game's pretty fun. I've seen people play that. I thought about trying it, but literally, like, I have no time. Which thanks Dana for giving everyone some Levi biscuits. Yeah, like, unfortunately, you know, I have to work a little bit tomorrow since it's a holiday, but even though I'm like dung gardening, Ryan this time, surprise, surprise, she wants to buy me a tree. We do need one. Like, the people before us basically had nothing in the yard, so it just bakes. It's like a desert. We need to plant a couple things to grow and make some shade. But planting a tree, especially like a grown one, is no small feat. I do not feel like digging a hole. I wish Levi could help me, but he doesn't dig. Hello, Biohazard. Nice to see you. They are the stream currency, Ninja Boy. But say you'll see it pop up in the chat every now and then. Basically, you get them for watching and also tipping. Oh, which thanks. That's what my Streamlabs isn't updating. Thank you very much, Grigsby, for the tip. I was confused why I heard a noise but nothing popped up. And thank you very much, Sampita, for the subscription. Yeah, sometimes Streamlabs, I have a little app up over here, or a web page. Sometimes it freezes and it doesn't tell me. But thank you very much. One of these days I'll get a ace into PZ34 for you. And say I can always try to hop into that again as well later on in the stream. I like playing the PZ34. Even though it is a tier 5, it's pretty fun. That's pretty late, Bio. Granted, I'll probably be up until about 1 today. Fortunately, I don't have to get up, you know, at 4 for work, but usually Monday nights I wait up for Ryan to get home. Hey, here's the hoping that they can push through here. It's just our T28 on the other side. He's probably like, crap, what do I do? But it seems like our arty is... They're focusing, which, you know, they're focusing on the tanks closest to them, which, maybe not. They killed the T-34. I just didn't know where the hell they were aiming, but... never mind. It's just a really tough decision here, where I don't think they'll be able to cap. Yeah, I don't grill. I grill at work, you know, but we have all gas there. See ya, Bio. Thanks for stopping by. Ah. But yeah, it's kind of hard now that their arty's in place. Well, I don't grilly, but honestly, I don't grill at home because I think it's kind of pointless for someone to at home. I know people like it, but it's more maintenance, and you can kind of do the same thing on inside, more or less. What's wrong with German already? I don't know what you mean. The one on our team? But unfortunately, it doesn't seem like our arty's gonna reset them. Hello, Mojo. Now's your chance. Yeah. It was just a hard situation for us to be in, but it did the best you could do there. Yeah, barbecue, grill. Hot dogs. Oh, I hate hot dogs. All right, Wolfman. I'm not sure if you're watching or not, but I'm getting. I'm taking you off of here because it's getting annoying getting spammed for what feels like the past. Yeah, their platoon on the other side did a pretty damn good job there, but hey, we did the best we could there. It's just once their Lorraine got into place, that was pretty difficult to. But yeah, getting spammed for about a past hour with skirmish requests, I don't like that. Ninja Boy, you keep saying like the video. Thanks if you're trying to get people to do it, but you don't need to keep typing that. My chatbot reminds people every now and again, but thank you very much. I'm about to say hot dogs make me like actually ill, but that's more or less I don't really eat much things like beef hot dogs are all right, but if anything has like pork in it, typically it makes me a little bit queasy. I like the taste of it, but it's probably from all the years of cooking bacon, honestly. Which unfortunately got pulled into 10, but oh well, we'll live with it. Hello, JT, nice to see you. Yeah, I didn't even notice it at first, but we'll make do with it. I do not have every tank in the game now. Thank you, Daniel. Honestly, the people, you know, I get dislikes every video I put up. It's probably the same few people, but honestly, with the way Google ranks things, like or dislike, it actually doesn't hurt a video. They mainly care that it's getting feedback from people. Because if a video, you know, say resonates with someone strongly enough to get them to either thumbs up or thumbs down it, comment on it, stuff like that, it actually is good as far as YouTube's sense is. Oh crap. Where the hell did he get you? I'm a little bit... I guess they have a spotter. Yeah, their light is right here. But more likely than not, that Batchat 12T. Hello, Matthew. Yeah, it is. Honestly, every time I'm on this map and I'm in a light tank, even if I don't want to, if I'm like top tier or something and I can do damage, I will still at the very least just kind of doink and pull back. Or from this side, same thing, or do a little loop. Just because if you don't, and the enemy pushes a light out there, it screws up your entire team. And there's almost no coming back from it. See, to me, I like tacos, burgers, stuff like that, sandwiches. But, like, hot dogs, I've never been a fan. But, like, even though, like, say beef ones are, like, better, or, like, bratwurst, stuff like that, every now and then I might try some, but it's just never really liked them. I'll still eat them. I pretty much eat anything, but if I have to pick, it's something different. We need people in the base, but honestly, I'm not going to be able to accomplish anything over there. I think I'll pretty much just get shot at and die. At the very least over here, I might be able to, say, take a shot for somebody or ram someone going down the hill. I'll probably start out with HE. Well, I try to spot, that way you can get some early damage in. Usually I tell my team I'm going to push into the field, but it's just, you know, it's one of those things that Mal and Ofka can be very annoying, or if your team gets a little bit of a leg up early on, it can go pretty easy for your team. You don't want to sit that close. He's getting shot from his left. I can almost guarantee it. Hello, Clark. It's fallen, but unfortunately for them, they have not. Doesn't look like the enemy has noticed that we don't have anybody in the base. But at this point, can't do shit as far as, excuse my language, as far as I'm concerned. Like, hello, Super Cat. Nice to see you. Tank purchases, non-premium, hopefully the Streb 103B and the WZ 132A, I believe, the tier 9. Yeah, I'm pretty much just a pinata right now. But next up is actually an arty request. Honestly, at this point, I might push the FE 304 back a little bit, just because I was going to platoon up to about 9 here, and then after that I was going to solo, just because later on in the night, if I go past 9, it helps. Basically, if I die early, I can move right along and I don't kind of get tired. But yeah, unfortunately I can't really do anything. I'm too large. The armor doesn't hold up against tier 9, even tier 8 TDs. Yep, but unfortunately this is what people want. You know, when they ask for no arty matches, I hope people realize this is what most matches are going to be like. Just one side clobbering the other, even though it's still close. We're only down by 2 tanks, and just camping more or less with like 1 or 2 tanks spotting. Basically people cowering in groups in fear. That's what matches with no arty, especially on maps that are somewhat open. That's just how they always play out, more or less. I might actually die getting through that little gap, but getting a little bit tired waning. There's a Scorpion G. Hell with it, I'll move back up and see if I get lucky. And I missed. He's probably gonna snapshot me. Nope, Leopard Prototype got me. At least I got a little bit of spotting damage, but yeah. Oh, hey, dog. No, sorry, I'm just seeing where he went. Well, I try not to curse just because I know some people say watch on their TVs and it's only kitchen talk for me. There's a really funny story. Today, one of our runners, he was basically walking back to the kitchen because he was running food to outside. And basically on the first floor, because we're, it's a hotel and a restaurant, there's, basically public restrooms down like a little hallway, somewhat near the kitchen. And he was walking by and he was telling us, he's like, he came back in the kitchen cracking up. Like it was, he handled it appropriately, but it was still a funny situation. And luckily it wasn't anything serious, but he's like, I was just walking by and I hear this little kid, like the kid was like 6, 8, and the parents I guess left or let him go to the bathroom by himself from the restaurant. He's like, there's this little kid screaming, like this little kid, he's like screaming like, help, I'm locked in the bathroom, like, and he was freaking out, like screaming, I'm gonna die, and like crying like frantically. And he's like, there were like 2 other people like sitting waiting to get into the bathroom within, like, they could hear what was going on, and they were just sitting there like oblivious to what was happening. He's like, I have no idea how they didn't hear the kid. But he walked up to the door, and because he didn't really know what to do at first, and he just opened the door. It wasn't even locked. The kid, I guess, couldn't, or maybe he was turning the handle the wrong way, like it was one of the levers. And I was about to say, I might play the T14 later, because yeah, I definitely don't want to face anything above tier 6 in this. Yeah, I might just skip the T14 for now and go with the M41 Bulldog here. Oh, he is a preferential? Okay. Just wasn't sure. But yeah, I really wish Wargaming honestly would... I'd be fine with +or-1 matchmaking for tanks, just because of the whole preferential tank thing, to where people can't play together sometimes and play certain tanks because one person might not own a preferential tank. It's just, fortunately, the next patch they're adding in arty to where you can platoon with one arty again, but it's just one of those things where it's kind of short-sighted, and I get why they limit it to the same tier, but at the same time it basically screws some things up, you know? But just the situation of with the little kid in the bathroom, it was a lot funnier than it sounds, because the kid was terrified, but more or less like afterwards, it was the funny part of it is the food runner then, like 5 minutes later, ran out to the table, and it was this little kid, and the kid was sitting at the table like staring him down like, don't say anything. And he was doing his best not to laugh or like, be like, are you okay? But it was just like an embarrassing little thing, I guess, for the kid today. But anyway, up after this I have the M41 90, and I actually might head this way. And I'll be platooning for another half hour here. I got the Type 59, AMX 1357, the PZ34 again. After that, I'm more or less going to do a lot of tank grinds after that. I don't think I'm going to take any other requests, because I do want to get a bunch of 5Xs. I want to grind some tanks, and yeah. Yeah, they're looking at it. they probably will end up buffing it, but at the same time, all these changes that are coming up, like, they're not really leaks. Wargaming sends out media packets to community contributors. I'm glad that a lot of them have stopped saying like 9.20 leaked, like stuff like that. That used to annoy me because it's not leaked. Wargaming sends them a packet, a confidential packet that has stuff in it that they have to specifically post about. But it's still preliminary. They probably will end up buffing the 140, but at the same time, like, it will help it out, but they're only buffing the non-cupola parts, and the cupolas on the Object 140 are pretty easy to hit, so it's still going to have a fairly easy to damage turret. Fortunately, they have got some tanks on the cap here. That guy's got a big old gun. Go. You got some people pushing in. I'd like to get the T1 out because he has the least amount of HP. Alright, I'm actually going to hopefully get the guys on my right, but we'll see how that works out. Crap, this thing doesn't have enough pen to go through. That. Alright, there we go. Well, hopefully I don't go postal. Really, T67? I hate T67s with a passion. Like, I'm gonna die here, but I just literally hate them. At the very least, he's not throwing premium rounds at me, but it's still... I hate that tank. I got 1 HP. No, the T67 got me. I did almost 1,000 damage though and blocked 1,400, but saw a squirrel jump and miss a tree branch. Yeah, I like it when I see, honestly, animals do stupid stuff like that. It's pretty funny. Oh well. We're probably not going to win this, but I guess I didn't even know that T67 had pushed up like that, but honestly, for earlier me saying I don't like throwing the word overpowered around, I am very surprised the T67 has not gotten nerfed for as long as it's been in its current state. Like, at least that one wasn't throwing premium, because I did bounce a few of his shots, but that tank is legitimately unbalanced. It's not overpowered just because it is very frail, but at mid tiers, you know, the view ranges and camouflage aren't always the most balanced, but that tank, its gun is just, it's a little bit too strong for having a fully functional turret, mobility, gun depression, and it has the whole package except for HP and armor. It's just, they nerfed the Hellcat into oblivion because of that, and yet left that tank in place. Our team did a pretty good job for, you know, playing the objective there. It's just those two mediums. I wish I would have been able to get them sooner. I probably should have gotten them instead of went for the KV-1FS early like I did, because if they were out of play, we would have been in a better spot. But yeah, unfortunately, you know, we only had one flank there. It's just, unfortunately, at the mid-tiers, having mobility and a laser-accurate gun that you can double-tap to and pen everything is more important than having armor, because most things won't be able to see you. I was going to try to spot a little bit more than I did, but... Good lord. Oh. That's what I get. Honestly, I'm not playing very well tonight, but I'm just getting... I'm not playing very well in tanks with no armor, to be honest. But hopefully I can rebound for a couple of these tanks coming up. After 9 and I get through these tank requests, you know, I'm pretty much just going to be doing tanks I'm grinding and also playing some tanks that I feel like just popping into a little bit. Maybe I haven't played them in a while or something. Right, I guess I will head back here. Very much. Oh. See, I don't buy into it much as far as the 5x thing, because a side's always got to win or lose, but a lot of times, more or less, people that don't play the game a lot pop on for them. So it's just more unpredictable as far as what people are going to do. But, yeah, tonight I've been playing really bad in things without armor. Some nights I'm not good in specific tanks. And tonight, lights are always the iffiest for me, because you kind of have to be really on point to do well in lights. Silver bullet, unfortunately, after you use the command once to flip coin, you have to wait another 20-30 minutes to use it again. Even if you put in a incorrect value for the first time. And already got me. Alright, time to move on to the next tank. Type 59 here. Even though I can't do the type, I'm gonna have to do it, I'll do the AMX 57. Just because Type 59 is a preferential tank here. I don't know if I'll pop into the Mouse King Biscuit. but that would fit the armor role. So I'm going to try to knock out the 5Xs I need to do after I get through the requests here. I actually forgot to switch my overlay too to say that I'm platooning tonight. Basically, you just gamble your stream currency away, but you have to actually have enough stream currency to, you know, gamble that amount. You gain Levi Biscuits basically for watching. Every minute that you watch, you gain 1 Levi Biscuit. As long as you participate in chat once per hour, it counts it. But, yeah. More or less, like, I get what you and other people say about, like, tier 8, but usually the way I go about going into any match, even if I'm bottom tier, as long as I'm playing decent in, like, a certain tank or specific type of tank, I don't care if I'm top, bottom, mid tier, more or less, unless you're in something, say, like a TOG 2 bottom tier. That sucks. You know, I pretty much play, you know, if I'm a tier 8 in a 10 match, hey, I damage tier 9s and 10s, I get more experience for it. And honestly, if I outplay, say, a tier 9 or a 10 on their team, I'm doing a lot more for my team than if I'm in a tier 10 just kind of, you know, pulling my own weight. So that's more or less how I go about things. But I get what people say about tier 8 now, and the matchmaking change, you know, it had its benefits and also the, you know, the downsides too, to where you do get a lot more matches at tier 8 where you're pulled into higher tier matches. But at the same time, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. It's just you have to basically reevaluate how your expectations, essentially. Like, when I started the game, you know, the matchmaking was ±4, to where, you know, if you're in a tier 6, you're going to be seeing, like, a Mouse, IS-7, back then a T-30, tier 10 heavy tank. You got into so many of those matches to where, you know, yeah, did they suck, but, you know, you throw HE, you try to do your best in them, but it's just different expectations or what have you. This is not the best area for me in the least bit. A little bit scared that they have things over here. I use OBS and I make them in Photoshop. Crap, I can't pin him. Got the stock turret, it looks like, too. Easy. I've got a load. Unfortunately, I'm not taking any more requests right now. I'm gonna finish out the stream after the request I currently have, because a lot of these you know, people request it about like an hour and a half ago. But if I have a little bit of time, I might be able to play an M4, but I really need to do some 5Xs at the end here. Because usually I end the stream at 9 o'clock. I'm going to go a little bit later tonight. But typically anything after 9 is kind of, you know, like icing on the cake, to where I play tanks I'm grinding, and whatever kind of pops in, like, why don't I play that? There is an Udez there, but I try to help my team. Get through this little impasse here. Hopefully I use that word right. Hello Kia, nice to see you. That's pretty impressive. Okay. I don't play ranked battles anymore now. Blah. To me, they're not very fun. Pretty much gonna get gold chucked at you the whole time. To me, the quality of play, even if you get to the top ranked, isn't any higher than public battles. Yeah, I tried it for the first week, and after that, I have more fun playing just random battles, honestly. Thank you, King. Almost. Unfortunately for you. Oh, thanks M44. Couldn't just wait for me to kill him. Unfortunately for you, I knew he was gonna try to turn that way. But pretty decent match. Most amount of damage, and yeah, that was actually a pretty, for that map, a pretty quick win for our team there. Alright, so moving along, we have the PZ34 up again here. Got those two out. I'll try to get to the M4 Sherman. Thank you, Rich. That tank can be fun as long as you're actually able to get shot, side shots. I am struggling to talk tonight. Must have been because at work. Oh, today, like usually Mondays were a little bit like slower at work. Today was basically like a weekend day for us, and we had three gigantic orders come in all at the same time, while also cooking and breaking down between breakfast and lunch. There was like no break today. It was just like, we were like dead. I kind of felt bad for our dishwashers because usually they put away a lot of the stuff. Like at one point I just told them, I'm like, just go back to that side of the kitchen. I'll put away all this stuff while cooking orders. But it was a lot. How much time? Grigsby? Well, which thank you very much, QuitTech, for the subscription. How much time? Honestly, not to say I have invested the most amount of time into weak spots from any player. However, if you look at Wakuver.com, the amount of weak spot guides I have on there, most of them are fairly up to date. They are all personally made in Photoshop. I've spent anywhere from an hour to 3 hours on some of them per weak spot guide. I've spent a lot of time on it. Am I always perfect as far as where I shoot? No, nobody is. But it's, yeah, I've spent a lot of time looking at tanks and drawing and measuring, and yeah. That is why I don't use the 90mm gun. try again, AMX ELC. Trying to just shoot the wall out here. A little bit more accuracy. Luckily, I know when people try to back out of that area, it's pretty easy to hit them. Thank you very much, Joseph, for the subscription. Yeah, the AMX 1357 has a pretty fun clip. Fortunately, it's a little bit inaccurate, the PZ-34. It's still fun. I'm actually gonna pop out on this side. Okay. Don't have the best shot on him. Alright. Get him out. Guy's got a little bit of a dinky gun, but unfortunately for me, he has the one that has a little bit better pen than... There's one that doesn't have much penetration, but he does not have that one on. Hello, Thomas. Nice to see you. Unfortunately, I died, but... Or all three of us died here. But, it looks like we're still gonna get a win. Did 1200 damage, not too shabby for tier 5. I do have the derp gun on it, Silver. Kinda waiting to see if this... I don't want to wait too long. But, right now... We got the M4. Just because the other two requests right now, I'll be playing solo, since I can't platoon with Artie, and Type 59's preferential. That's all good, Thomas. You can't make them all. Thank you very much, Amir, for the subscription. Oh, I'm surprised. I say it a lot. I'm surprised I can make them all. Like yesterday, with the day I was having, like the thought crossed my mind, but hey, I got a mastery badge first class. So getting pretty close there, Grigsby. As far as the PZ-34, the thought crossed my mind yesterday, like very briefly, like, oh, I kind of, just because I had like so many things I needed to do yesterday after work, to basically not cancel the stream, but to push it back like a half hour, yeah, I decided just to keep everything the same. The main thing that when I came home that really screwed my day up was I have a sprinkler irrigation system outside, and it broke yesterday essentially. Luckily Ryan was able to pick stuff up and it's fine now, but I came home and you know, it was 90 degrees out, full sun yesterday, humidity, and just everything was like baked and looked dead as far as my plants and stuff go. And I've spent a ton of time on it, and I was very, very unhappy from that. See you, Carl. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much, Dana, for the tip. I will, I'll let Ryan know once I see her tonight. She's probably having a blast. It should be pretty busy where she's working. She's working at not our restaurant, but another one tonight. She bartends at 2 places in the summer. Thanks for tipping Levi. I will tip him after the battle here. But thank you again for the tip. Tomorrow, since I actually kind of have off, like I'm working, you know, for about 3-4 hours tomorrow instead of 11 that I've been doing for the past week. Not been fun. Usually I work 10-hour shifts, but I've been having to do 11 just to catch up on some things. But more or less, I might actually be able to, my like uncles and grandparents, or grandparent, yeah, 2 grandparents, there we go, are like having a little party at their house, so they're coming down from Pennsylvania, my uncles, so it'll be nice. Don't really do anything with my family, to be honest, when it comes to holidays, because we're always working. Which, thank you very much for tipping Levi a new toy. You are probably gonna make his week. He's been kind of begging for the toy that's left in there. Well, trust me, I have a lot of experience with gardening. My dad, I was his helper pretty much growing up. And, you know, even recently until I moved. But pretty much more or less the the sprinkler system breaking was not planned. It was new. So fortunately, you know, it was still under like warranty where we were able to swap out the parts that broke, but that was not planned for. Yeah, I've had a couple little mess ups though in the garden, but luckily, yeah. I feel bad if a plant dies, but at the same time it doesn't completely ruin my day unless it's the fault of some part that should not be breaking. Did not expect that to happen. Unfortunately, I'm playing the M4 crappy here. This is, yeah, that's the problem with, you know, I take tank requests, but sometimes you get really crappy matches from me. Sometimes you get good ones, and usually you get, like, kind of alright ones, but yeah. Mid-tier matches especially, like, I'm extremely hit or miss when it comes to any matches below tier 8. I admit that a lot. It's just, yeah. Thank you very much for the fights, John. Yeah, thanks for platooning. We did pretty well tonight. We got some wins, even though sometimes, you know, the 3 of us either got RD'd all together or, you know. Hello, David. I just shoot a lot of HE. Honestly, heat, you can get a higher damage potential, but I'm not a person to throw a ton of premium rounds out, especially if I don't need to. Heat can be very effective in the M4, but if you're playing at the 3 market and want to lose a lot of credits, go for it. But unfortunately for me here, I'm playing like crap. But mid-tiers, honestly, I do not like playing them right now because so many people at tier 4, 5, 6, 7, you used to be able to play them and people didn't really gold spam in them. Now every match you just are thrown, you know, everyone's throwing premium rounds, and it's just, you know, it sucks. it makes it even more frustrating to me, which it doesn't, he didn't, you know, but yeah. Alright, moving along here. I'm gonna play the FE304 Type 59, and then I'm just gonna grind tanks for the rest of the night. So let's start with Artie here. But I need to tip the dog a toy and some treats here beforehand. Which, thank you very much, Grigsby, for the tip again here. Oopsie daisy. Yeah, unfortunately, you know, that's the game. The whole premium round spam. Yeah, I'm not gonna re-up my reserves until I get the tanks that I need to get experience on, if that makes sense. No dog. He's like, I don't want treats. I want my new toy. Thank you very much, Uber, for... Oh, dude, you just gotta wait your turn. Hey, 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 hey. Here you go. Thank you very much for tipping, Levi. Alright, so FE304 here. And then Type 59. And I won't be taking any more requests for tonight. What the hell, dog? Aren't you gonna play with your new thing? Mile, please don't spam. I'm not taking any more requests, and I'm pretty much gonna play whatever I want after the Type 59 here for the rest of the stream. Do I have any issues with enough water? Yes, Nice Cuppa. Essentially, like some people say, global warming isn't real, but as far as climate change, it's been a lot of like local people that have been, you know, essentially measuring the weather in Cape May County. Basically in the past like 5-10 years, we went from summers typically are wet, you know, a bunch of thunderstorms rolling through the Northeast on a somewhat regular basis. Cape May County, basically the end of June through September, we're pretty much in a major drought every single year. We don't get enough rain, and everything just bakes and dies, more or less, unless you water your plants. Whereas, like, if say you go like 20 minutes north of where I live, they get a ton of rain because the thunderstorms roll through on a somewhat regular nightly basis. It's just, you know, things have changed to where unfortunately it sucks. Hello Corey, nice to see you. But as far as like water in general, we usually don't have a problem. It's just the summer months essentially right now that are unusually dry for us. Hello, oh god, they... Awesome. I'm gonna die here. Yep, I'm dead. Awesome team. Granted, I did push out in a somewhat exposed spot, but thanks for letting him just stroll right on through. Unfortunately, that's the FE304 match. Sorry, Nice Cuppa. Unfortunately, with tank requests sometimes, like, I try not to take too many of them just because, you know, with a lot of requests, sometimes you're waiting like 2 hours for a match that lasts like 30 seconds. But, hello Gabastar. I live in New Jersey in the US. I do not use XVM now. Don't use any mods at all. I'm glad I could get you a Mastery Badge First Class, Grigsby, for your birthday. Don't worry about, you know, Tier 5, even though I've sometimes more or less when you guys request, say, down to like tier 4 or 5, mainly with that, I just, want you to know that I don't always play my best at those tiers. I don't mind playing down to those tiers, while I'm taking tank requests, or else I wouldn't accept, those tiers. Typically, tier 1 to 3, I say no, but anything 4 and up, I'll play. It's just mid tiers right now with the amount of people, playing on the do marks of excellence, stat pad, basically seal club, whatever you want to call it, and throwing premium rounds every single time. And it's just one of those things. I'm not gonna blow like 50,000 credits, like say on a PZ3-4, throwing full gold out of it just to look like a say a badass on the stream. That's what I feel like some people feel like they're doing. That's just not who I am. Waiting to see how far my team pushes up here, but it looks no for it. Oh god, I am getting a little bit of packet loss here. No dog, you play by yourself for now. I think he's a little upset that that last toy, I was curious to see how he'd like it. He is playing with it. It doesn't have a squeaker in it, I believe. But it has like bendable legs that he can kind of chew on. Which he is now choking on, but he doesn't have any other toys like that. I missed that shot there. I do have the Tiger 131. It's basically the same as the heavy tank number 6. I like it, but most people consider the heavy tank number 6, Tiger 131, just to be about average. Not too good, not too bad. All depends on the matchmaking though. If you're not top tier, they are pretty hard to play. I kind of I felt something coming my way here. Come on. I'd like you to waste one more shot on me. Let's say he's already shot 2 out of 4. Or maybe he doesn't have any more. That was a little strange. Our base should be fine. Concerned about this ARL. Then the E2 and the Arty. Make sure, there we go. Make sure we get him out. Levi's doing fine. Thanks for asking though. He's as healthy as he's gonna be. He is an old dog, he's never gonna be, 100% like top of his game, but he is he's doing better than he was a couple of weeks ago. Full premium on a Luke's? Yeah, right. I wouldn't be able to afford to play any other tanks. I know you're kind of joking now. real sixth sense? Yes. I could just... Like, this match, I finally, like, things kind of clicked and I kind of kept track of where their team, like, their tanks on their team were. And I kind of saw they're missing a couple tanks to where the likelihood of them popping up in the center to shoot me from here was pretty high. Thank you, John, for purchasing a challenge. What tank would you like to see? Yeah, you having fun with your toy? Is it the Object 140? Yeah, I'm not grinding the Tiger. The 140? I'll play a match in the 140 for a challenge, yeah. Yes, ramming Artie. That's always nice. I like ramming anything now. But decent match, high caliber, Master Bad second class, 2400 damage. Even though it wasn't like a blowout win, you can tell pretty early on that we're gonna have a pretty good fight there. Sounds like people honestly are, no, there's fireworks going off, that's what it is. I wonder if I can actually see them. Yes, there's a window here. Yep. Unfortunately, you guys, my camera wouldn't be able to fit that far. I didn't go that far, dog. But literally right outside my window here, you can see the fireworks shooting over my neighbor's house. They just started shooting them off. Yeah, if only my webcam could... Nah, I can't reach that far. There's no way. Can I throw it? Unfortunately, I do not speak Russian 5. Yeah, I don't use any mods, Gabastar. It's all in your settings. If you go into settings with the map markers, you'll be able to set that up. Which John purchased the Ultimate Challenge the Guru in the chatbot shop, so I've got to do double the damage, assist, and blocked combined for the Object 140 here. Essentially hitting 3,800 between the three. $50 if I kill Germ? Who the hell's Germ? Oh, the WZ11114. We'll see, but this is not looking good for me so far. A little traffic jam here. Thanks, guys. Oh, you wanted me to like team kill someone, and I'm like, no. I'm guessing you do not like that guy. Awesome. Double awesome. Granted, I probably have brought that on myself. Alright guys, we have the option of moving up here. Will we take it? I'm not too sure. Crap, I missed the T-28. Now my gun's knocked out completely. Crap. See you, Mojo. Thanks for watching. can't even do damage if I wanted to here. There we go. My HE shot of the match. Crap. And I missed him, god damn it. On to a heat round. Sorry, Yag Tiger. Gotta do what I gotta do to get a win. Thank you very much, Gavistar, for the tip. Thank you very much for watching. There's already tanks here. I'm gonna go for Artie. Might come back to bite me if my team starts losing too many tanks, but I'd rather go for a win here, and I think getting Artie out will be the best for my team. Ah, Artie's over there. Surprise, surprise. Damn bastard. Alright, maybe I can actually fix my gun now. That will help. I was kind of wondering why my accuracy was so poor here. It's me against Germ. Unfortunately, he's got a tank that can almost two-shot me, and a T-95 behind me, or behind him. Yeah, I'm gonna die here. You jinxed me, John. Maybe I'm not gonna die. My teammates are gonna swoop in at the right time here. Aha! I got him. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna win the challenge here. But honestly, I didn't even like purposely go after that guy. It just kind of happened. I don't think I got the challenge though. I think he got me on that one. I'm honestly gonna have to pull a calculator out here, to be honest. I have no idea who the guy is. John just said he'd tip me 50 bucks if I killed him. But I got top 3 damage and we got a win. So that was actually a pretty fun match. I did lose some credits though. Ended up, let's see, I needed to reach 3,800 between all 3, and I got 3,849. I just barely scraped by and got that challenge. Thank you very much, John, for the challenge. That was fun. I did use a little bit of heat there, so yeah. Which thank you very much for the generous tip. I wouldn't even have mind if you had said it was a joke, to be honest. That was actually pretty fun. Thanks for the challenge, John. I honestly was not very high on myself there because I typically am very, very bad at that map. Let me update the tip goal here. Thank you very much, John, and I guess Germ as well. I'm actually gonna tip Levi because he's starting to. Levi can get tipped for. Yeah, I know this is a big biscuit. Oh, I know. I'm just. Alright, let me get a couple of reserves going here. I'm actually gonna do a 200%. Because I'll go, I can go for another hour here. Since I'm gonna be staying up, honestly, for Ryan anyway. Might as well stream, you know, for a little longer. Alright, so I'm just gonna scroll down. I already did those two. My next grind after that is the WZ11114. Go figure. I would say yes, Daniel. I typically always go Brothers in Arms for the first one. I just kind of go without a crew skill for the first, you know, the first skill until I get that, just because I'm cheap. Plus, you know, if you have so many tanks, it gets very expensive doing that. Unless you retrain them for credits and you lose a couple battles, you know, losing that percentage. Yeah, I completely agree, Steve. I would say if Levi, he's a little bit enamored by his toy, but I could probably get him to bark old school, honestly, but for Daisy. I'm glad you like the streams though. What is Levi like? Honestly, even though he's an old Springer Spaniel, he's 12 years old, he is pretty much energetic outside of when you go to bed or we're not home. But he always has to follow us around, he always wants to play, always wants to be up in your business or like cuddling with you. I'm glad you enjoyed that, John. That was a fun match. I'm ready for more. Only if you guys, you know, do any more of them. If not, I'm completely content with just grinding out some tanks here. Yeah, I figured. I was trying to add the germ part in there, but I'll fix it. I'll fix it after the match here. Well, yeah, I could do, honestly, I could do the dishes, but there'll still be time, honestly. If I go for another hour, she doesn't get home till about 1 a.m., which I hesitated there. I should have not hesitated. I still got plenty of time, especially with, oh lord, he is throwing heat. I don't know why. He can pen me with APCR, but it still is having me like cringe here. I'll still have plenty of time to honestly clean. That was my goal, to clean the whole house. She vacuumed everything and wiped everything off, and I just need to tidy up essentially. Jar Jar Binks, no. I've been playing World of Tanks since 2011. The most Levi can do is a cricket noise when he gets really, really upset. Like if you're, say like teasing him with a new toy or something, or playing him and he's super, like super into it. He sounds like a cricket. It's kind of funny. But I can't make him do that on whim. Alright, I need to not ram my teammates here. Did that earlier, which he's loving chewing on that thing. Seems like a good toy for him. I need to get him... Like, I brush his teeth every day, but I do need to get him to chew on some more stuff just to keep his teeth clean. There's only so much you can brush off of a dog's mouth as he's trying to eat the toothpaste. Alright, since I have 84 HP, I'm gonna wait for my team to do something here. Gonna lob some shells, even though I might be... no. I'm just gonna lob some shells here until I think I can move somewhere else. So I'm fairly sure my shells can reach that far. It is getting towards the limit. Like, it might be a little bit too far actually. I didn't hit him there. Since he's spotted, even though he's not spotted on your screen, you would still get like a little notification. T49 got him now. T49 was sitting in the center too. I'd say, like, I just got out and shot him there. I'm surprised that guy is sitting there and he wasn't getting shot or spotted earlier. I hear even more fireworks now. They're starting to, I guess, ramp up to the finale here. I'm so glad. Like, if I lived at my parents' still, like, you know, this is two plus years ago. We're now about 2 years at this point. Like, we had a little cottage on their property that Ryan and I stayed in. Basically a 1-bedroom, 1-bath, no kitchen. It was within like 20 feet of a road, to where when the fireworks finished, you'd have about 2 hours of straight up cars going past. Because typically, you know, people don't really use it as a main road, but 4th of July they do. And it was just like, oh, I can't go to sleep because I usually had to work the next day. It was miserable. Don't know if you guys can hear that. Sounds like thunder, but it's a bunch of fireworks. My opinion on Quickie Baby, I don't mind popping in and watching him from now and then if it's like he does get like first dibs on streaming some things, but personally, I don't care to watch him. It's not exactly the type of streamer I like to watch. I usually watch I poke around and watch just random people if I ever do it. I typically like to watch people that are entertaining and less about, like, you know, getting the best matches or being super serious. But he does a very good job. You know, there's a reason why he's basically one of the most popular World of Tanks personalities, so... I know. I've missed quite a few shots, but that's World of Tanks for you. Unless you're playing like a tank with under 0.3 accuracy, like a Swedish TD or something. I don't even know why I shot that. I knew he was gonna die, but there's no way my shell was gonna wrap around there. Hi. Yeah, you like your toy? But nice little quick win. Hey, you don't need to whine. Alrighty then, let me fix this, or I'll ready up a tank and then fix it. As far as my next grind, technically I am grinding AMX 1390, the Batchat 12T. Got a lot of grinds. Yeah, I've seen his stream before. Yeah, people like his stream. I see why. He does a good job as well. Like most people that have, you know, that stream on a regular basis and have a good amount of viewers, which at this point, since a lot of people stream, like if you're starting out streaming, honestly, like I remember the days where I had like, some of you guys were there in the beginning, like 5 people watching me. Like that, it's not a bad, you know, thing to start out with. Honestly, if you're streaming regularly and you have 5 people that show up and watch you, usually you're doing something right. Just because so many people stream nowadays. But yeah, I'll say like I've watched 4 Tankers a few times, but I don't personally, you know, I like watching like not people doing stupid stuff, but like I don't know, people not like, he takes the game fairly seriously, and yeah, more or less kind of like Quickie Baby, where you're mainly watching him to like learn something. I feel like, at least the ones that I've seen, but like Rita Gamer has started to stream again. I like watching hers. She's pretty funny to watch. I just missed him. Crap. Like, I try my best, even though I really like to win. I try to be somewhere in the middle where, you know, I used to, not to say I don't focus as much anymore, but I used to be one of those people that would try to eke out as much damage as possible. Basically put myself over the team in a way. Not as bad as, you know, some people do nowadays, but I definitely did focus on, say, my stats more so than I do now. Like, you know, I still like to win, do damage, do good, but you know, I try to enjoy the game a little bit more so than I used to. Where, you know, say if I had a crappy match, I'd get a little bit ticked off. Did I rage about it? No. But, you know, I kind of have a happy medium here, where I can, like, flip myself over and laugh about it and not, like, rage that my win rate 8's gonna drop. And I can take a little bit more risks, even knowing that it might come back to bite me. But it might be entertaining to see something happen. I was going to say, D's games, his videos typically are pretty fun to watch. I won't say I watch a lot of them, but I have seen him, and he does a good job at putting out a quality product. Uh-oh, somebody, unfortunately, Robert, some curse words are kind of like auto banned. That's why you got timed out there. No, I thought that might work and it did not. No, I'm gonna be going for a while longer here. Crap, he has 4 HP. I'm gonna go until my personal reserve runs out, so about 50 minutes. Well, yeah, that's one thing. Like, I will say it is difficult at times playing the the huge selections of tanks that I have, and that's probably why you don't see other streamers take tank requests like I do. Like, it's not easy popping, say, from like a tier 10 heavy tank to a tier 5 light to a archer to a tog, like, you know what I mean. But that's my personal feeling, to where, like, I don't watch a ton of streamers. Like, I mainly, like I said, watch people who I think are entertaining, more so than serious when I do, but that's very rare. My opinion, if I was like watching streams on a regular basis, I would watch someone who, you know, me basically growing up in the service industry, you know, in a restaurant, hotel, I'd want to watch a stream to where the streamer is basically streaming for the people watching them, which to me is taking tank requests, answering questions. Like, now that I finally have Fussbot, you know, it's not something that's super new, but, you know, it's semi-new, and it's only been up for a couple months here, maybe 3 months. I'm able to add stuff that makes, you know, the stream more interesting to you guys, to where watching, you're able to get something out of it, whether it's buying something for the dog or challenging me. To me, it's something to where some streamers, you know, they have a ton of viewers, but all they're doing is playing the tanks that they want to play, throwing premium rounds out, and basically, you know, playing the game like just for themselves. And every now and then they glance over at the chat and like laugh, you know. To me, that's not exactly what I would consider a stream that I'd like to watch, but, you know, that's just my opinion. Whoops. For whatever reason, I thought he was a little bit over more. But we're still gonna end up winning this. Yeah, the ×5 helps with grind illusions, yeah. It's alright, Robert. Mainly, like, the auto ban for some curse words. Like, I wish there was a way I could, like, whitelist people, but it mainly is in place for, like, drive-by trolls. That's the only reason I have them banned. Because, like, you can curse and not, like, mean it in a bad way, but it's mainly up there because of trolls. More fun for Levi. Which, hey, I completed a mission. Awesome. I've actually been looking to complete that for quite some time. But nice little win here. Yeah, that was a fun match. Alright, so scrolling down. I am kind of grinding this mainly for the AMX 30, but I'm not any super rush, so I'm gonna skip down to the Leopard prototype RU-251. Yeah, I appreciate the tips, guys. Honestly, if you would have asked me, say, like, I don't know, a year ago or something, or even say like back to like last October, November or something, I honestly wouldn't have thought that, you know, I'd get as much support as I do, and it is very nice, and I do appreciate it. It helps out a lot because, honestly, not that it was like a sure thing, but like if I didn't really make too much, as far as, you know, Ryan essentially works like 2-3 jobs sometimes. They're not all full-time, but she does work more than, say, a typical 40-hour week. I work about 50-60 hours at my job, but honestly I was considering, because living in New Jersey is very expensive, I was considering honestly working, you know, a kind of part-time second job, just because we have a few things we need to pay for, so luckily I don't need to do that, you know. You guys are very generous and it has helped out a lot. But it's not like we're poor, it's just her and I, we basically are the same mindset to where we might as well be busy and do stuff now while we're young instead of later. Dog, you're just gonna have to wait. And we spoil the hell out of this one here. This might be a bad idea. Yeah, that was a bad idea. Especially because I didn't do any damage. Because, you know, I'm sure some of you might have heard me talk about it before and might even have seen, like, articles about it, but, like, website ads and, like, YouTube and stuff doesn't pay as much as it used to. Just because there's a ton of people doing it nowadays and there's ad blockers and stuff like that, to where, you know, it, yeah, sometimes it's hard paying for like website costs and stuff. But luckily, you know, okay, this guy knows what he's doing, and I guess, yeah, I am in a very bad spot for a leopard prototype here. Yep. Don't blame him. Just need to prevent this TD from hitting me. Ah, that was close. Ah, nice, John. I honestly didn't know who he was. I know the name Wallhacks and the Killzors, but never heard of Germ. Okay. Okay, I guess you don't give a shit. I was trying to get around you, and yeah. Thanks a lot, buddy. Oh, that screwed up. I was trying to get a shot before they moved up here. That's not in the picture anymore. Try to run away. Probably not gonna make it, but... That does say a lot. You know, I like that a lot of you guys, I know I don't stream, you know, as long or as often as other people, but, you know, I try my best to, you know, work with as many time zones as possible. I wish I could add another early stream this time of year, but I really only ever can guarantee myself Wednesday morning for that. Which unfortunately, yeah, I kind of played this really crappy, but at the very least, my team's still ahead. Which, thank you very much, Sky High, for the subscription. So we have RU-251. I need to try to get a 5X on. Well, Gavastar, right now, I have it all saved on my computer, but I don't currently have it active. Like, I had a website for Cape May as far as, like, different, like, traveling tips, restaurants. I had, like, it was kind of a joke at first, but people actually liked it, like a parking guide, because parking in Cape May is horrible. Like, Rich has been here. There's no parking. Where you can park for free, because they put meters in the most inconvenient spots, of course. And like guides for beaches and stuff, which ones to go to, but I don't have it up right now. I pulled it down. More or less, you know, in the future I might put it back up, but it was just something I didn't have the time available to make it to where I wanted it to be. I was about to say, hopefully there's sound, because it's showing up that there's sound here. But thank you, Holy Cow, for the subscription. As far as like how websites make different amounts of money, it all comes down to supply and demand. So say there's like 1,000 gaming websites for World of Tanks, and there's 5 websites for Cape May. You're gonna get paid more money basically having a website about Cape May that shows ads over a gaming one, just because advertisers pay less per ad essentially to get on your website. Not exactly that way, but that's essentially the easiest way to understand it. And you also have to factor in that, take a gaming website, typically you have, you know, people that play video games, gamers. They're a little bit more tech savvy than, say, somebody going to a website for travel, and they're more likely to click on an ad if, you know, it's, say, someone's mom rather than a 20-year-old video gamer. They're more likely to have an ad block, to see an ad and kind of dismiss it, stuff like that. So that all plays into as far as ad revenue. And there's also, you know, ads for, say, a specific small little category, say like Cape May hotels, like reservations, booking a hotel or something. That category is extremely tiny compared to, say, World of Tanks or free-to-play PC games, stuff like that. That's as far as how ads work. So, but yeah, parking in Cape May, they've actually this year, which you'll probably find it interesting, Rich, but most people might not get what I'm talking about. They actually, you know, it's a growing problem because they keep building, you know, not a ton of houses and condos and stuff, but more each year, to where people basically are traveling here, say with 3 or 4 cars. They park 3 of the cars at free spaces, leave them there for a week, and use 1 car that they're able to park at like their rental condo, what have you. And there's no spots anywhere. And there's not really much the city can do about it. So the city actually turned to basically blaming it on restaurants and businesses, specifically restaurants, for attracting too many people to the town. And restaurants must now pay an additional, initially they started it as restaurants they have too many outdoor seats, and you have to pay $200 per seat outside, plus I think it was like, I forget, it was like not a royalty fee, but like an additional fee on top of that for square footage for outdoor seating. But you already pay for outdoor seating because it has to be zoned and approved. But they were going that route before literally everybody, but primarily my mom was the like the most vocal opponent of it, saying like, why are you blaming restaurants for attracting people? Isn't that a good thing? Like, the parking problem is not their fault. Like but it was insane that, you know, they were basically trying to grab all this money from restaurants, blaming the parking issue, when, to get to the thing that annoys me the most, Cape May is a national historical landmark. The whole town, you know, anything within the city of Cape May limits. Over the past 2 years, there's probably been about a dozen between Cape May, West Cape May, and Cape May Point. So that's all National Historical Landmark, or National Historic Landmark. Which, thank you very much, Kill, for the donation. Thank you very much. They've approved new townhomes and condos and whatnot to be built on marshlands and basically protect the areas. I don't know how they've done it, but they basically filled in and paved over what was previously, like, say, woods, or like, not like marsh, but like, you know, wet areas. And, you know, they're kind of getting money kickbacks, I guess, from it, and it, you know, it's pissing a lot of people off. So, but it's getting too politicky. I'll leave it at that. But basically the result of all this, hello master. Sorry, I'm soloing now. What ended up happening, basically there was enough basically, you know, outrage from it, to where it turned into not just restaurants, you know, the city basically, you know, they were trying to strong arm people into giving, you know, them money. More or less now, every single business, not just restaurants in Cape May, you have to, I think it's like a, I think they did like a $5 outdoor seating plus for restaurants. They raised it by $5 for outdoor seating specifically, which isn't much. Like, everyone was fine with that. And businesses in general pay, like, the mercantile license went up by like $250, and all that money specifically is tied directly towards basically repaving the roads, creating parking spaces, what have you. So it did work out in the end, but initially it was just like batshit crazy, for you know, lack of better words. What program do I have to use? It's Google AdSense. It's not the easiest to get accepted to. Essentially, with Google, you have to have like a reputable, not popular, but you actually have to have people visiting your website to be able to use it. It's honestly the only ad program I would recommend people using, just because what people relate to, like pop-up ads and annoying ads, come from other, oh god, I'm gonna probably die here, come from other services. Google ads typically are just like images, like some moving stuff, but never really sound. And, you know, they're ads that, you know, don't annoy people to put ad block onto your website. Other ad network programs are the ones that like pop up in your face or don't let you close them, and annoying crap like that. There is a lot of parking by the lighthouse, yes. Unfortunately, that's closed because that's a state park right now. Thank you, Chris Christie. But yeah, it's very nice down there. We try to go there at least once a year, even though we live here. But we usually just go in the fall when it's not as busy. But I've actually been meaning to dig up my Cape May parking guide and give it to my parents for the real estate office, because honestly it would probably piss off Cape May city government, because you'd be surprised the amount of free spaces that you can find that's like just surrounded by meters, and you would never know. Now you gotta stay for 2.5 more years? That's not too bad, though. Granted, I have no idea what living in Illinois or anywhere outside of the Northeast involves, so... Alright, little dog, stop whining. He's over there whining because he heard someone's car door out there. I know my neighbors are having people over for like their grandkids and stuff. They're probably leaving. Hello, Azul. But yeah, I don't know. Things are nuts, I guess, wherever you live nowadays. I'm lucky that, like, even though most of, you know, I always say I'm from Cape May. Most people do, because you live in Cape May County, you know. Fortunately, I don't live in Cape May. I live in a separate township, and our township, well, it's not perfect. It has its problems, especially we have a new mayor. Up until this last year, we had an independent, and then basically both sides were split between, you know, Republican, Democrat, and it all worked out. The guy retired essentially, where this year, you know, nothing's perfect when, you know, you have something that changes after 20 years, but Brian and I decided to live here because, you know, it's where I grew up, as far as like even the same neighborhood. But typically people here, you know, it's like middle class families compared to say Cape May, and it's a little bit more reasonable. Don't try to spend and do any crazy stuff. Everything just kind of stays the same, and got a little bit lucky there. Replace a little bit probably by a lot, because he could have just ended me. I need to move. See you, Claudio. Have a good night. Hello, Crow as well. An E50. Oh god. I didn't even see him. Ooh, no, don't ram me. Honestly, the type can actually shoot me. That's what I'm afraid about. Unfortunately, though, he had the derp gun. I should be able to get myself out of here. There we go. That's why I don't use the derp gun. It's a one-shot wonder, and he missed out on that. And even though as much as New Jersey, I might have complained about New Jersey a bit earlier in the stream, I still wouldn't want to live anywhere else. Yeah, you get taxed a lot, but yeah, I still like living here. There's something about where you grow up that, you know, you're never going to be able to replace that. Alright, so people are cursing at each other. Awesome. I'm gonna probably die here, but down there already. They just need to cap, to be honest, and they'll win. Hello, Gunner. Nice to see you. I'm actually curious. I might actually wait here to see if I don't. It might not be an ace, but I'm actually curious to see. I haven't played the T49 too much. I'm curious if 3,400 damage, especially because I pretty much spotted all of that myself, what that gets you. Alright, dog. You've whined enough to where you get a treat. And this is where I get myself into trouble. Here you go. The dog's so spoiled. But up after this, I'm probably gonna... hop into the Shrev 1030 since I have a 200% experience boost on. Unfortunately for these guys, not that they had a lot of options, but they did put themselves in a spot to where they couldn't cover the cap. I thought they were going to go like up in this area in front of these guys and kind of make their last stand, but there's no good spot for them to do anything. Let's see, Mastery Badge First Class. I knew it was close to an ace or an ace, but I was kind of hoping for an ace tanker. Most amount of damage at least. That was a pretty fun, I'd make him do a treat, but when he gets in his little whiny mood, it's a little hard for him to do stuff. But honestly, for people that always ask me why I use the non derp gun on this, I guess alright, so standard gun, derp gun, you know, the huge difference between shots. However, the base pen of the T49, you know, 212 is awesome. You know, it's not the best at tier 9, but it's great for a light. But the main thing that you're going to be looking at is the accuracy, which 0.38 isn't the best, but the on-the-move accuracy is very good for tier 9 light tanks. But you actually have higher DPM with the standard gun on the T49 compared to the derp gun, which that DPM is not to say impossible to achieve on the T49, which I want to make sure that I actually, yes, I have the HE shell, because you know there is heat, but yeah, the DPM is pretty much impossible to reach that full value on the derp gun. So not only do you have more DPM, more accuracy, more penetration on the T49 with the standard gun, you're gonna completely blow it out of the water with that more DPM, because to me with derp guns you take about a little over half the actual DPM that you actually have, if not like 0.75, so 3/4, and that's your true DPM, because you're never going to expect to get that full value. So that's why I always say that you're doing yourself a disservice from running the derp guns now on the T49 and the Sheridan, because you know the damage potential is lower, and you know actually getting a shot off you have to play completely differently, and oftentimes not like a light tank. But see ya Dana, thank you very much for watching. Well, yeah, as far as the good pen, that's considering it's a light tank, because you know tier 9 lights and even 10s are so zippy that even though you have a little bit less pen than say mediums and heavies, it's so easy just to kind of move and get that easy shot on the side. But the M46 is just crazy because the DPM plus the premium round, you just shred things. But see ya Daniel, thank you very much for watching. And we get this map in this tank. Yay, my luck. Thinking about the IS, I like the tier 7 IS, honestly. Well, the thing is with the derp gun, yeah, it's kind of the fun hipster thing. That's a good word to describe it. But I feel like some people, since it used to have, you know, the old T49, the howitzer gun was the only option because the other 90mm option just sucked. Like, it was not good at all. I feel like people still are under that mentality where, you know, they never give it a shot. Yeah, Gabastar, pretty much every time I get an ace tanker, I put one in stock, and it's free to buy it. That's why it's not listed. Which, thank you very much, Bartek, for the subscription. It is kind of a nice deployment, to be honest. There's no arty, so hold the base, push one flank, win. That's not exactly always the case, but with no arty, that's more likely to be the case. Spread yourself too thin and you're gonna, unfortunately, end up being torn to shreds. I hope that I can bounce. Oh god. No. Do not sit behind me like that, please. I'm getting extremely lucky with bouncing some of these guys. Luckily, they're not hitting my side armor. Come on, guys, behind us, push! The almighty push, do it! I hate that thing. Even though I have M103, I hate shooting M103s now because it's harder to punch through their flat part of their turret front. That's an Emil 2. I'm not even gonna bother. Can't reach his cupola. So far I've blocked 2,500 damage though. It's not bad being in a tank that not a brawler. I should have taken it. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. Ah, that's a bad shot. Ah, smart. He swapped over to HE. That is what I would have done about 2 shots ago. Uh-oh. Not good. Alright, we really need to push. Yeah. Thanks for killing him, because screw it, I'll go out here. Thank you, E3. Crap. Whoa, whoa, don't push me. Oh, now I'm tracked. No, don't push me over. I got him. Usually you're the one getting pushed over in this tank. Take that. Oh god, they're at our base. I'm gonna take a little bit of a gamble here. See you, Grigsby. Thank you very much for watching. Who would have thought I'd have almost 3,000 blocked when I was fighting like that? A little bit of a shortcut, hopefully. Just barely didn't kill myself. I know, we get sparklers in New Jersey. Don't get me wrong, people do shoot fireworks, but unfortunately, like, the police do crack down on it. But mainly, you know, they don't actively go after people. There's so many, like, old people that just, you know, they call the cops instantaneously. That's the problem. Like, honestly, my dad, he has fireworks from when we go on vacation. He brings some back. And, you know, he shoots a few off. But luckily, you know, they don't have a ton of neighbors. And their neighbors, you know, they like it every now and then. It's not like my dad's shooting them off at, like, people's houses and stuff. But yeah, we finally get sparklers. Yay. Sparklers and those little pop things that you throw at the ground. Anything else is illegal. This is a pretty fun match though. It was not the match I was expecting on this map. I'll take it though. Got a nice little win and some damage. What tank have I played that is the worst? Like, I've played, not that I own, you know, every tank of course on this account, but I've played, you know, pretty much every tank that has came out. If I had to go the worst tank in the game, I'm trying to find it here. I'm trying not to pick something that people will get like, oh, that's not the worst tank. I forget which one specifically, but it's one of the French TDs. Is it this one? It's one of the French mid-tier TDs that just sucks. I believe it's not the bathtub. The bathtub at least gets a gun, but it's one of these guys to where, which the guns on them aren't bad statistically, but I'm actually curious, how much did I got 4K experience, that's not terrible. But pretty much the chassis that they're on, combined with the gun handling and lack of armor, mobility's not all too hot, it's just bad. But hey, he asked what personally I think is the worst, which when it comes to memory, like, even though the TOG 2 is pretty bad now, the Archer, I kind of like playing that. But personally, that's coming from me, the where when you say what is the worst tank, I've got to pick, you know, basically one of those. Or, you know, there's also I'm trying to honestly remember, but it's not coming to me. But honestly, it's some mid-tier tanks that are terrible. To me, once you get past like tier 5, tier 6, there's really no like terrible tank in the game outside of the TOG, but that mainly comes down to the mobility of it. When it first came out, the game played slower, and honestly it worked, even with its lack of armor and size. It's just the game's kind of sped up and it's been left in the dust. But yeah, I'm not taking any more tank requests. And if you would like to friend me, send me a friend request. You know, if I had to type in everyone's names, I wouldn't have time to play. Sorry. Well, I don't think the T-30 is bad. It's just statistically, you know, I kind of complain about it because I like the T-30 when it was a heavy tank. But statistically, as far as tanks go, it would have to be one of them. I would do much better in the T-30 if I stopped playing it, say like the T-34 that has slightly better accuracy and aiming time. That's my problem with it, is I don't play it like I should sometimes. But at least I know I make mistakes and admit it. Artie, you're supposed to leave me alone. Alright, I'll have to catch up in chat here in a little bit. The M3 Lee is honestly an awesome tank. I know a lot of it has a stigma behind it of being bad, but if you look at the stats of it and you don't treat it like a medium, you look at it as a TD, it's one of the better tier 4 tanks. I've played it a lot of times on the stream and I have a lot of videos of it out. It's a really good tier 4 tank, but you have to treat it like a tank destroyer. And the Grant is basically a carbon copy of the M3 Lee. Yeah, that happens, Nice Cuppa. I'm kind of used to it, but yeah. Honestly though, like even if it's not XVM, sometimes, you know, if I was that RD player's first shot, because I'm pretty close to him, typically a lot of RD players, not to sound mean, but some of the poorer ones, if they shoot you once, they just kind of stick on you and they don't move to a different target. So that could also be the case. I am kind of stuck here. They'll hit me. Because I'm on top of this roof and it's really slippery because I'm not supposed to be up here. I know, I'm mountain goating here. This is the most you'll ever see from me, and I should have gotten off, but did 1,000 damage, 600 spot, and we're gonna get a win. So let me move on to the next one here. I'm gonna pop into the Strev again just because I am not doing team training. Because I'm grinding these two mainly. And I only have 6 minutes left on this boost. Well, yeah, that's most of the problems with the M3 Lee is it's in a medium line and then you get kind of thrown into it and you have no idea what you're doing. And yeah. It's not an easy tank to play, but it is, you know, it is very good. But only if you actually know how to play a tank destroyer. Alright, do we have anyone scouting? No. Right, so I'm gonna head over this way. Hey. Stop that. Yeah, I know I yelled at you. Yeah, you're gonna get in trouble after this stream. He's, we need to get him groomed, but he is currently basically licking his paw until it's, like, red. He still has allergies and stuff to where he knows he's not supposed to do it. He's being a brat right now because I'm streaming a little bit longer than I usually do. I'm just waiting to see where my team's gonna end up to where I actually can do something, because right now can't push up on the hill. And even though I guess I could push up on the hill, but it might end badly. You bought that tank? Oh god, you must have been drinking. But the main gripe I have against that, which it's just a little bit too large, and it doesn't have a turret. But one of these days you'll see me in that tank. Luckily they don't have any lights either, because we'd be screwed if they had a spotter right now. I'm not being mean to him, I'm being assertive. But with him, like when we got him, you know, at this point it's about a year, like a year and a quarter we've had him, like as our dog, not just like it's Ryan's like family dog. You know, he would chew himself apart every day. Even, you know, it took us like almost half a year to get him to stop. So when he starts licking himself and everything, we just have to keep reminding him, like, no, you know, nothing's wrong with you. Because we give him a bath once a week, and every day brush his teeth, make sure like nothing's stuck on him or anything. That way he doesn't, because like you'd come home and like the first couple months we had him, before the vet, we found a medication that worked for him. You'd come home and like he'd be like bleeding, like he'd chew a hole in his side, or like would chew his paw to where it's bleeding, like stuff like that. So it's not being mean, it's just you know, not to say treat him like a dog, but you know better than he does in this case. Alright, they're all stopping in literally the worst spot possible. And yeah, they're getting torn to shreds. The Meal-2 is reloading, and if he's not reloading, he only can shoot 4 times. Same with the T-54E1, and then he has to sit there and reload. So why don't we mosey on up here and kill him? Even though there's an OHO now, which I really don't feel like getting shot by, but I probably just helped him there. 2 matches in a row I find myself at the frickin' front of my team leading a push. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do though. Eat away a little bit of his cover. Meal 2 should be loaded right about now. Got 14 HP. My problem is here. What's that? I would say no, because I don't know what it is. Honestly though, he's at the point where I have to remind him maybe like once a week not to do it. But it's probably because tomorrow's bath day, and he has special shampoo that essentially his skin condition, it's called, I think it's called like seborrhea. His shampoo like flushes out all of his pores and stop them from creating too much oil, I believe it is. So it might be that case. Fortunately, our team is not holding up the numbers here. I guess the STA-2 is still there. Damn it. I could have killed him. Okay, spray. Yeah, we have something like that. Not that brand, but yes. Yeah, we only use that if you know, it's like he won't stop doing it. Honestly though, like me just telling him no and tapping him there, he'll, even if he like sniffs his foot, he'll look at me and kind of like be like, I'm not doing anything. Like he kind of gets the point. I'm gonna get popped here, but is hopefully a tactical decision that works out here. It might not, but I might die, but hit him on the turret, of course. I should have moved up a little bit further. This Artie's has a pretty decent shot at killing me now. Yeah. Yeah, I've never heard of that brand, but yeah, we have something like a hotspot spray. I guess I'm going back to the base 2 KV4, but honestly it's not gonna matter. I don't mean to sound like a Debbie Downer here, but insert probably someone yelling at me saying I'm worthless now. The stream, this might be, I'll do one more match here, and then that'll be the end of the stream. I'll play one more match, and that'll be it for tonight. Oh yeah, you're definitely spotted. No. Honestly, after I missed that first shot, I didn't mean to hit him, but that's probably the best I could have done. Yeah, I always do a raffle towards the end of my last battle. It was kind of a tough luck loss, but yeah, can't say I didn't try. Like, yeah. Alright, so yeah, I don't have a experience boost on anymore, but let's see, as far as my grinds go, 57,000 away from the Strev 103, and WZ132 I am down to 19. Even though I played this a few times, I'll hop into this, and I'll start a giveaway now. I'll set it at 5 minutes. The winner will get 500 Levi biscuits here. All you have to do, type exclamation point raffle to enter. But yeah, I'm not taking any you know, tank requests just because I'm just grinding at the end here, since I'm streaming a little bit longer. But thank you very much, guys, for the tips tonight. You know, I always appreciate them, and definitely helps out. I'm gonna have to pick up some more toys for Levi as well, since that, I think there's one more in there, but I'm not positive. Yeah, it's just gonna be a little tricky because 4th of July, oh, I try not to go anywhere on 4th of July. Like, I'm dreading having to go to work after, like, I'm gonna get in around like 10 a.m. and work for about 3 or 4 hours, but it's just driving around here is atrocious. So hopefully by the next stream I'll have some, but don't hold me to that, just because tomorrow I might not want to leave my general area outside of work. Oh god. 3 Scorpion G's. Somehow I bounced him. I don't think I can actually make it out of here. Oh lord, I just bounced him. That's not good. And I just rammed him. Oh god. I'm gonna play another battle, because this was... I didn't mean to ram him. No problem, John. Thanks for the challenge to kill Germ. Alright, so... what other tank is kind of quick? I do need to get a 5x on this, because I'm technically grinding it. But yeah, thanks for watching, Nice Cup. I'll see ya. So you can win the raffle. Honestly, you can close after you enter. You don't have to be here, honestly, as far as the win or not. Once you're entered, essentially it tracks it on the app I hear, or the app I have up here on my PC. What a trend of running into things. Yeah. It's sorry, Dark Knight, but that word is auto banned, just because of random people coming in and trolling. Nothing against you. Germaphobe. That would be Ryan. Well, hopefully you guys succeed, Andrew, in the next 1,000 years. But yeah, hopefully everyone has a nice 4th of July for those in the US. Otherwise, my next stream will be Wednesday morning, 9 to 12. So hopefully I'll see some of you guys there. I know some of you guys, you know, end up working during that time, but I spend my only morning off with you guys on Wednesdays, at least this week, since tomorrow I'll be at work for part of my morning. Ramming is the, you know, granted I didn't mean to ram these past couple times, but oftentimes if you know you're gonna die, you might as well just rush into someone, shoot them and ram them. Like, might as well get a little bit of extra damage if you know that you're not going to be able to bounce them. Oh god. Yeah. There's a Kronbog in there. I'm honestly gonna swap over to 8PCR, try to run away like a little girl, and go down there. No, I didn't think that was political, but... Fortunately, Tier 8, which congratulations Steve for winning. Fortunately, Tier 8 lights have a penetration problem. Once you get to Tier 9, that all kind of goes away. But Tier 8s have an issue, and anything beneath that. But congratulations, Steve, for winning the raffle. 4th of July, you shoot off a bunch of explosives. It's basically the whole holiday. And this is probably going to be a bad idea. But it's the last match, I might as well have a little bit of fun. Don't know how I missed that. Bastard. Ah, there's a Ferdy there. And there's a... Oh. Yeah, that didn't work out. Didn't expect to get shot from the hill or over there. Yeah, I'm gonna get killed wherever I went there. Oh well. Well, that's a crappy way to end the night, but thanks for watching, guys. Kind of figures, though, I haven't played lights very well outside the T49 that one match. But thanks for watching. I'll see some of you guys Wednesday. Have a good holiday for those of you in the US. If you're lighting fireworks, please remember, do not point them at your face, and do not hold on to them as they're, you know, about to explode. Don't want to lose any fingers. But and if you're in New Jersey, be very, very careful about lighting sparklers. They are very dangerous, and I know that they are now not illegal, but please do be careful. So anyway, thanks again for watching, guys. Thank you very much for the tips and the subscriptions as well. I'll see you guys around. Have a good one.